Hey y'all. So, I just wanted to sit down and have a little chat. I am a freaking mess. I just got back from visiting Oklahoma. I went to go see my parents and my brother and my grandparents, and I got to help out with wheat harvest, which was super fantastic. But now it's back to reality, and I had a 9-hour drive from Oklahoma back to Texas, and I started thinking a lot. And about 2 months ago, I was in the lowest pit I have ever been in my life. It was truly a scary, scary moment to think back on and remember exactly how I was feeling. I have not had it very easy as far as my mental health, and then there were situations that were going on, which I guess I can touch up a little bit on. One, I was feeling homesick for my family. I have a good relationship with my family, but just felt like everyone was spreading out, and that 9 hours felt like an eternity. I was losing friends. I messed up. I could have been kinder. I could have been more mature about a couple of situations, but also I wasn't treated very kindly either. And the way that I was treated wasn't very nice. And then, stuff with my partner. We were kind of on the rocks, even though we've been together for nearly 4 years now. But we were just hitting one rough patch after the other, and it was almost a struggle to really get through a weekend. So all of my losses, just friends, boyfriend, separation from family, and then of course there was also an instance where my spiritual faith was shaken, and I began to question just my faith and where I stood in my faith, and I had no answer, which was a huge deal to me because my religious faith had been something that was a part of me for 20-something years. And then it was like, well, why? And so it was like I was missing a huge part of me. So friends, separation from family, partner, spiritual faith, I felt absolutely broken. So one night I came back to my apartment, and I took a bunch of painkillers, and I didn't care if I woke up. I just didn't want to think. I didn't want to feel. I didn't care if I woke up from them. It took a little bit for me to really process what happened. I felt really, really ashamed. I didn't talk about it to anybody because I had something similar happen in my family with someone really, really close to me and my parents, and I just saw the raw emotions of my parents, and I saw that side, and it was not good. And when my partner found out, he was upset, and of course I didn't feel like I could talk to him about it either. So I reached out to a bunch of different, just basically anyone that would listen. I reached out to about 9 therapists, and it really sucks because every single one of them just wanted to pass me along to someone else. There was it's not good when you leave a therapist's office and you're feeling worse than when you walked in. You know, I mean, I understand, like, there's gonna be some rough patches in your, you know, whenever you have therapy, but you shouldn't feel worse. And there were days where I walked out of the therapist's office with tears streaming down my face. And I looked at the therapist and she asked for my card. I swiped my card and I walked out. And then there was another instance where again I felt worse. They didn't give me any advice. They didn't help me at all. All they did was ask, well, what happened, and blah blah blah. And basically all I did was tell a story for an hour. And when I finished, all they did was just be like, okay, so you felt da 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 da. Yeah, I felt that. And then what? And that's all they did, was just basically repeat everything that I felt until the hour was up. And I stopped at the counter and I asked them, I asked them, I was like, do you have any advice for me? I mean, really, do you have any advice? Do you have any recommendations? And she recommended that I go see someone else. And then tried to schedule me for another appointment. I walked out of that therapist's office and I was not getting good help. I downloaded an app called 7 Cups, which honestly, it was good for me for a time because it's an anonymous listener on the other side. Like, someone will text you and like you can just tell them what's wrong. And there's also a service on that app where you can talk to a therapist, but it does cost money, and that's why I was a little bit like, oh well, maybe this'll do for now. And that was okay for a while, but it still wasn't the help I need. The depression that I was feeling was so awful that I couldn't feel like there was a way out. I felt like I had hit rock bottom and there was no coming up out of this. And I guess that's why I want to make this video series, is because shortly after I hit bottom, I guess it is kind of true. It's like, well, once you hit bottom, the only place that goes up, and but I managed to get a hold of a therapist that was from my hometown, 9 hours away, and just bless her so much, because she agreed to do phone call sessions and Skype sessions and anything that I needed over the phone. And you know, just we would do billing a different way, but we could do sessions remotely. And honestly, the first time that she called me, I didn't say hi to her. I answered the phone and went, thank God. Because honestly, I felt better whenever I was talking with her back in my hometown. And so I've been talking with her, and before her and I get into like the nitty-gritty part, she's been working with me and challenging me to do these self-care things. And you know, one of those self-care things was, you know, take care of my homesickness a little bit. And that's why I went to go visit my parents this past weekend. And I'm really glad that I went. You know, I finally opened up to my parents about my suicide attempt, about how dark of a place I was in, and it felt like a load off my chest for them to know, and to know that, I mean, of course they were upset that, you know, I felt like I couldn't reach out to them. Of course they were really sad about that, but, you know, I had their full support in recovery and for rebuilding myself and being completely honest with myself. And it felt really good. And I have a long way to go. I mean, already I've my health has declined really awful because of this. I went to the doctor today and found out that my lungs might be inflamed. I need to go get x-rays done. I need to go get blood work done and go back to my doctor. She said that it is possible for depression to mess with me physiologically, and that's what we're afraid might be happening, but that's what the tests are for, is to just find out. Yeah, my health, I need to get that back on track, because I won't be able to take care of anything. I won't be able to maintain friends, maintain a relationship, maintain my family, maintain anything without my health. So now that's going to be my main focus for a while. And I want to make this as kind of a video journal in case there's anyone out there that is going through the same thing, is dealing with similar issues. You know, take this journey with me, and, you know, we can find our way back. And it can't suck forever. I mean, I don't want to believe that it will be awful forever. Yeah, you see the deep breathing is it's my lungs. Yeah, anxiety is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I think I'll be doing this more on a weekly basis, and we'll go from there. I mean, of course, in case life gets in the way, but I think this will be good. I think this will be a good thing. And I guess another reason is just for me to have an extra outlet for this video journal. And it'll be good. I think it'll be good. Let's see, I think my next step is to clean, because right now, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm feeling bothered by the mess that I left when I went to go see my parents. I just kind of left my apartment just all messy and crappy. I think my first step is to clean. And you can take your first step, you know, however you're feeling. Just do the next thing. That's my mantra. Just do the next thing. So let's go do the next thing.